so sure this was the one. The universe had been building toward. The way they found you in the exact moment you were finally ready to be found, that felt like a sign, didn't it? It felt like proof. You'd read about it, the runner and the chaser, the mirror soul, the sacred wound. You thought, this is why I've been lonely. This is why nothing else worked. It was always supposed to be this. And when they pulled away your chains, because the spiritual framework told you there was love when they came back, you forgave everything. Because the spiritual framework told you there was growth when they hurt you, you stayed. Because the spiritual framework told you this is the test. Sit with you for just a moment. What if the intensity wasn't a sign from God? What if the intensity was the symptom? What if the thing that felt like finally being seen was actually someone learning exactly what you needed so they could use it? What if the push and pull wasn't cosmic? What if it was just a cycle you were never meant to keep surviving? Twin flame culture was built for people like you. People who love with their whole nervous system. People who would rather believe they're in a spiritual test than admit they're in a trap. And that's not weakness. That's not stupidity, that's not you being naive. That is what it looks like when a beautiful soul tries to make meaning out of pain. You needed it to be sacred because the alternative was too hard to hold. It wasn't fate, it was familiar. It felt like home because it felt like every wound you'd ever known. The chaos, the longing, the almost, the never quite. Your body recognized the pattern before your mind could name it, and called it destiny. It wasn't destiny, it was just the oldest ache wearing a new face. And here is what I need you to hear right now. You are not broken for believing it. You are not foolish for staying as long as you did. You were doing what every human does when the pain is too much to look at directly. You were finding a story that made you the chosen one instead of the wounded one. Both can be true. By the way, you can be chosen and wounded, sacred and betrayed. awake and still healing. I want you to think about the version of you before them, the one who was maybe a little lonely, a little lost, a little hungry for something they couldn't name. That person deserves